Hello, hello, hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 11 and has autism. And we paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. And I am on a flower kick. I always say I used to paint a lot of roosters, and then somehow I got on the flowers, which I like flowers, but I I need to branch out. Leave it alone for a little while. Okay, so there you go. That's my humor. I'm a little sleepy. I think if you've watched any of the shows, videos before, you've probably heard me say that like 10,000 times. But it's the truth. I'm sleepy. I'm gonna do a little different today. I'm gonna start in the middle. I think I've said this before. And it really doesn't matter because that will probably be adjusted or covered up somehow, some way, at some point. But that's what we're going with so far. We shall see. That's my other response to everything is we shall see. I like to use one paintbrush when I'm painting flowers because I like how all the colors kind of mingle together. So that's how this happens a lot with me. Now this peachy kind of color that I'm using here, there's like a burgundy kind of red underneath it, but that is the peachy one is a neon that I like to use. And also this green in here, this bright green, that is a neon as well. And I like the neons because they do a little bit different when they dry. I like the way they kind of shine out. And this is what the neons are like. Different kinds and everything, but that's what I like. I like the way they just kind of highlight their colors when they're dry. I always say I like to watch paint dry, and that is a definite. It's very entertaining for me. It's silly to say, but I really like to watch paint dry because, oh, see, now that's the other thing that I do a lot of is I put way, I like to also say the word way, too much paint on my paintbrush, and that causes me to drop, as you saw. So when that happens, a lot of times I then take and make the whole painting kind of the splatter paint. But that's I was able to kind of basically save that from it going everywhere, I suppose. We are hot. We're in this like heat wave of August right now, and it seems like everybody's going through some kind of weather right now. But I'm not a big fan of the heat. So I'm ready for. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I like summer. I do. My body does not like summer. the humidity gets me. So I would much prefer fall because of that. I wanted a few more red highlights. I stopped and I thought, you know what? I want more. I might have to end up adding some more as well once I get going on. Sometimes the thing is, when I'm painting, I never know what's gonna really happen with the flowers as we move along. Like, I felt like this was, if you look at the colors I have here, I felt like it was going to be moodier, darker kind of thing, and now I've been using a lot more of the lighter than I thought I was going to do. And so that's kind of, oh, what in the world happened here? That was interesting. I think that was from, oh, I can't talk and think and move. There we go. I think that was from the bottom of the paper plate. I'll have to, like, that's no big deal. See, we just add into it and we'll get it there. But I think that's what that was. When I picked it up, it fell. I use the, let's make sure that doesn't happen again. I use the paints and kind of squish them together, and that's how I, have the different colors on the paintbrush. And then once it's done, I spread it all out, and I make, paint blob jewelry is what I call it. The little belly there and, the different things. So they're going to be necklaces and keychains and all kinds of stuff when I ever eventually get there. But so when I thought I was doing this, I thought it was going to be a little bit darker. But so far it's a little bit brighter than I thought. I mean, I never know what it's going to look like when I'm done anyway, so it all works out in the wash. All does what it's supposed to do eventually. So that's what we kind of just see what happens. And, I don't really have like a green thumb or like know all the flower types. I do a little research here and there on what kind of flowers there are, like, but it's really kind of just more playing around with it and making it work. Making it do something, because I don't really know what's gonna happen as we go along. So that's what happens as we go. Like I said, most of that will be covered up at some point. So we just keep going. We just keep going. And hopefully, as I put way too much paint on my brush again, I can adapt a little bit better, or thoroughly or something. I'm not sure. But and I like how like the colors kind of go down with it at some point when I'm painting the rest of it here. And because my son helps me with like the backgrounds and everything, it's they're perfectly imperfect paintings. That's what it is. Because I have a tiny bit of a shake, which it's hard to see on here, but it's, even if I hold my hand, it's kind of hard to see. So I have a hard time, doing like straight lines and things like that. So we just go with the flow, and whatever happens, happens. And so because of that, I just keep going until it stops, and it doesn't really matter if the backgrounds are that's aging and fading and everything else in between. So I want the moments with him. That's what's important. And so everything else is just part of the process. So we just do what we do and make it happen. And I kept thinking that painting was all about him. And then one day I realized that painting technically was more about me, because it gave me kind of an outlet to just express myself and share our story and be able to just paint and paint and paint and do the things. And so that's kind of what it's all about now, is painting for him, of course, still, and he's so much a part of this, but it's my journey. It's part of my journey now. And so doing this, it just fulfills so much with my heart and helps me just kind of go through the day, we all have those moments where things are happening in our lives, and that's us. That's what we're doing. But if I can sit here and paint and get all the moments out, oh, we're just gonna go for it. See, go for it. You just go for it. Just go for it. That one has a lot of white. I like it. I need to stick it over there. Let's see. I'm gonna want some more of this in here, just to kind of pull that out. And then I might have to go back in there just a little. Now I gotta go back to this one and finish this one down here. I wasn't gonna forget about you, little flower. I promise. This one kind of looks like a little peppermint patty or something to me. And then I gotta go in and kind of add some theatrics. The theatrical part of it. Sometimes I don't want to do too many things without, because but I want enough to and some of it needs like a little bit of the story on there as well, just enough to kind of be out in the wild. No. Because when you're looking at it, like, you want to see, like, numerous angles, you know? And, like, what can happen and where it can go. So that's what we're really kind of getting at is what else there is, like, where. Sometimes you just need, like, you know, some flowers have extra little stems in them, and so stuff gets places. So I think, remember I said I might come back to this one? I think I need to come back to that one. I just wanted to have like a little extra, because what happens as it dries, it's gonna kind of fade in there. So as I'm finishing this up, Owen had a fantastic day. We had a little complication with our internet again, but in general, he had a fantastic morning. He slept all night, which that always makes Mommy happy because, we need our sleep. And then we went to church this morning, and he just had a good day with that. And then we went and there's a little playground at our church, so we went to the playground and he rode his bike, and it was great. It was just great. He wanted to take his tablet on his bike so he could have like some music on there, so we did that. And it was a good day, minus the internet part. But, you know, as hard as those moments are, those are the ones that he really needs to learn from. And I need to learn from, because, you know, it is an emotional journey. And then when something like the internet, which he thrives with and has learned so much, when something like that is taken away from him for even a minute, even if I can transfer it to the backup or any of that, that's still hard for him. But, you know, life, we have to learn those moments as well. And so it's as much about how I process it as it is about Owen having it. So we made it. We made it through. Okay, I'm got all my little doodads. I always do O for Owen, and then L and B. And, you know, this is about our story, so I have to make it bold and beautiful there. That tells our story, because Owen is the foundation of why I paint, and then, you know, put it all together. So that is our story, and that is our song. And I appreciate each and every one of you sticking around and listening to our story and watching me paint. So thanks so much for watching, and you have a great rest of your day. Doodles!